Hello, Capsuleers! Savat the Mighty here, and I'm back with another episode of Eve Echoes. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about some Yuletime cheer. So in my last video, we saw that the event started, but I had to do a little bit of fixing to get everything taken care of in order for that to work. Everything is working now, and if you do get the update will include that, and that issue wouldn't happen to you. But I do want to thank Jamie O'Neill for letting me know what was happening with mine. I really do appreciate that. I did do the repair on the client and it got everything up and running. So today we're going to go ahead and do one of these missions. Now the missions themselves do say to go ahead and start it in LowSec. And the reason why I think this is a thing is because it's going to send you to a lot of different low-sec areas. So I think it's just because you're going to be closer. I don't think it really has any difference whether you start it in high-sec or low-sec, but I could be proven wrong on that. If you know, please go ahead and let me know in the comments. Alright, so if you do like my content, please go ahead and like the video, and if you enjoy what you see, subscribe to my channel. That being said, let's go ahead and get this started. I just exited out of it. So we're going to accept the mission. I am going to do this mission in my Dramiel here on my alt account. So the mission itself, if you want to do it, it is going to give you one for free. So when you're in Vent Login, you are going to get this, and you do get one for free here if you do have an Omegan account. If you do not have an Omegan account, you can buy them off of the auction house. Is this thing going? Yeah, okay. So you can buy them off of the, I say auction house, off of the market. And in order to do so, you would find it under other items, under mission items. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, it's going to be the one on the far right. I do believe right now they're the only ones that are available. The other two that we have here are probably going to be made available later in the event itself. So if you want to go through the storyline of the event, you can. It is going to have you jump around quite a bit, is what it looks like here. So your first section here is going to have you pick up rifles. You will need a ship that has what? 30 out of, yeah, 30 M3. So pretty much any ship's going to be able to do it. 15 units of rifles. We'll have a couple of combat missions to do, it looks like here. And then it'll be done. Okay. Did I not pick up my stuff? Well, that was odd. Okay. Well, whatever reason that was, I am now doing another jump back to 0.5 space. Yeah, we are on part 2. I didn't get the rifles, though.
Warp drive active.
Interesting. Yes, I have the rifles now. Okay. So I guess they don't just do like a delivery or something like that where you pick up the rifles in the station. You do have to go back to the mission is what it looks like and click on that and go through the next part of it to receive the rifles. So that was kind of odd, but it worked. So we're going to pick those up. We're going to take them over here to this other jump, and we will see what next. I think next will be combat.
Warp drive active.
So I'm doing this in my Dramiel because my Dramiel is very fast. I wanted to play around with it for a little bit, and I believe that these missions are fairly easy. They can be done with pretty much any ship in the game, I think. Let's go ahead and accept. Now we gotta go kill Santa. Alright, we're going one more jump away. So far it looks like if you do start it in the low-sec area, we haven't had to jump very far to do anything.
Warp drive active.
So I don't know if that does vary. Again, if anybody has confirmation, if you do start it in high sec, if it makes you jump out to low sec regardless. So I am curious on that one. I haven't actually given that a shot yet. Maybe I'll do that on my main account just to see what the difference is. All right. So here we are. Let's go ahead and warp into the mission.
Warp drive active.
And see what we have to deal with. Okay. So we have 3 ships. Orbit U, focus fire U. So overall, it looks like the ships that we're dealing with are T6 ships, new 25ers. Nothing dangerous. So we will go ahead and just take these guys out real quick. So I am taking a little bit of damage here. Even with the speed tank, it does look like they are using some missiles and whatnot. They were smaller ships though too. So it doesn't look like there's much damage though. So it does look like speed tanking is extremely viable in this. Like I said, I didn't think it was going to be very hard. This is an event for everyone. So I believe these ships will be able to be taken out by almost any level of player. If you have access to a frigate that can speed tank, even like tier 3, you're probably going to be able to do this. And your bigger ships, of course, are going to be able to do this with just regular tanking. They shouldn't be that difficult. Okay. Next wave is 3 more ships, so again, not difficult at all. Let's go ahead and take out the ones... these guys here, though, are normally the ones that would be webbing me back. So it's just kind of like force of habit for me to target those, but it doesn't look like they're doing any type of E-war to me. Okay. Would say if you're going to be bringing weapon disruption to this, so that I would recommend the missile one instead of the turret one like I brought. There's a lot of missiles here. So all in all, extremely easy mission. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Now obviously if you are doing a speed tank in this and you are in a tier 3, tier 4 frigate, you're probably going to do it a whole lot slower. You're not going to be doing near the same damage, but you should still be able to stay alive. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. All in all, I am happy that they did make this accessible to everybody to be able to do. I am excited to check out the other content, though, that they put in with this and see if there is going to be anything a little bit harder. Okay. Something that might take a little bit more. Let's go ahead and start on you. So the mission itself, I mean, I think there's going to be 2 waves of combat, if I was looking at that correctly. So, if there are four spawns each, you're looking at 8 total battles that you're going to have to do in 2 different areas. But I believe they're all going to be relatively this simple to do. Now I believe the reward for these is a loot box, and the loot box itself has a chance to get you skins. And I bet they're going to have skins in there that last for 7 days, probably 30 days, and there might be a permanent skin or two. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I don't know if this difficulty of one will have a permanent skin available. It might, though. But I do assume some of the loot boxes that we get from this are going to have the permanent skins in there. I haven't really looked at that. We'll look at that when I get back to base. Okay. So we just set up orbit on our next guy and continue. I guess I could use that. I don't really need it. Let's activate that just to kill him that little bit faster if we can. So I guess the meta for this is going to be purchasing as many as you can and trying to get these all knocked out to see if you can get any good skins if that's the case. I was seeing it looked like this was selling for 8-9 million. So if people are selling theirs for 8 or 9 million, then the likelihood of you getting a permanent skin that you're going to make any type of money off of is probably slim to none. Okay. All of this looks like just regular wrecks. I'm not going to touch that. We got 2 more jumps to go. So let's go ahead and get those knocked out real quick.
Warp drive active.
So yeah, it looks like this is going to be a relatively short mission, which is pretty good. I do enjoy that it's not going to take everyone's time all up. However, I do wish that, and I might be just wishing wrong, hoping that there's going to be more content involved in this and not just this one type of mission. We'll see though. I'm excited to see what's going to bring in the next one. So if we do look, yeah, tomorrow we're getting a different type of mission. So we got the Christmas tree today, we're going to get the bell tomorrow, candy cane, another Christmas tree, bell, candy cane. So that's pretty cool. And it looks like a total of 300,000 skill points are also going to be acquired from this, and that's for everybody. I do think it's kind of weird that they locked behind the Omega the actual mission drops and didn't give everybody the ability to do the fun mission. Yep, let's warp in. And so it is going to be two
Warp drive active.
combats back to back. And so the 2 combats back to back without even going to a station or anything, so just be aware of that. If you do bring a smaller ship and you are trying to pick up that loot, you might have to empty out your inventory. The larger ships shouldn't have anything to worry about. And I don't understand why anybody who is in a larger ship would even be picking up tier 6 loot. I mean, unless you really wanted it, I guess. Okay. So I'm going to start again and clear out these 4 waves, I assume. Wave 1 looks a whole lot like the first wave. Okay. Let's activate those. Now that we're in orbit around this guy. Okay, so here it does look like if you see the second item under the loot there, there's evidence of a crime. So we do have to get this loot container. So that is something to be aware of. We are going to have to pick that up. I don't know if we can just jump in here and pick it up or not, but I am going to go ahead and kill all of the rats before I decide to do that. I don't have any reason to believe it would be able to be acquired before the mission is done, based off of everything else in every other mission. Alright, so first spawn was the 3 ships again, relatively easy. Next spawn Ooh, they're 40 km out. Okay, so that is something to be a little aware of. So these guys are going to spawn far away from you. So if you are on a smaller ship, you are going to have to fly straight towards them. So that is something to be aware of. They could probably get some shots in, maybe hurt you. Doesn't look like they're even touching me though, so you're probably going to be just fine. Your larger ships, if you're fighting at range, you'll have no issues. If you're brawling, just know that you might have to spend a little extra time moving over. They don't spawn right on top of you. Okay. And after we get this Moa defeated... Oh, that's one thing too. Aw. I wanted to see if they actually had the Christmas skins. It doesn't... Well, the ship that I looked at, it doesn't have a Christmas skin on it. Maybe some of them will. Let's activate our damage and get this Moa knocked out. And let's hit this, because we don't know what to expect on the next wave, and... Alright, so the Moa's a little bit more tanky. So this is wave 3, I believe? Okay, so wave 3 we have 2 cruisers and a destroyer and a frigate. I'm going to go for the destroyer first again. So this looks like a lot more of the same. They do have some missiles on here, so that's something to just be aware of if you are trying to speed tank. And I say that mainly for the people who are going to be in smaller ships or have not have as much skills. If you're using a Tech 4 frigate to come out here and do this, you might have a little bit of issues with the missiles. Let's stop that. I still think you're going to be just fine though. If you have a shield booster that you can run, or an armor wrapper if you're using a ship that's using armor wrapping, then I think everything will be just fine. A lot of these frigates, they're so ridiculously cap stable, it's not even funny. And what I mean by cap stable is they don't even necessarily say they have to be cap stable. They're probably not cap stable on the actual paper doll, but you don't have to actually use your shield boosters or armor wrappers all the time, so your cap just recharges in between. Alright, so after we have delivered him some Yuletime cheer, let's get onwards to the Moa. This Moa is firing missiles at me. So that's also something to know. The Moas have missiles. Apparently they didn't think railguns were good enough. Decided to forego all their bonuses with that to put on some missiles. Funny thing is, I actually have seen some builds like that in the past, where they would have the tankiness of the Moa, but they put missiles on there because they were already spec'd into missiles. I saw a lot of people post videos and stuff about that. Alright, and we're coming into the final wave here. Well, that looks like a battle cruiser. Alright, so we have a Blackbird and a Ferox. That's interesting. So there is a battle cruiser out here. Shouldn't give you too much of trouble, especially if you're speed tanking. The Blackbird's probably going to be the bigger threat here. Yeah, they're not using any type of E-War or anything in this yet. Alright. No. It looks like that Fearox is using missiles as well. So lots of missiles. So that's one thing to be cognitive of. Okay. Let's get back over here. Yeah, so you probably are going to want to come in here with at least a little bit of a tank as a smaller ship. Because they are using missiles in a majority of the cases, at least from what I've seen here. I don't know if every area is going to be different. So I don't know if you started this in a Caldari space, you're going to have different ships. Or if you start this in a Mars space, you're going to have different ships than what I had here. It looks like in Mimitar space, which is where I'm currently hanging out, I got a bunch of Caldari ships. So that's also something that I do not know. It'll be nice to find out. So yeah, a Fearox is a little more scary, knowing that he's firing missiles at me. It is going to take a little bit of time to get this guy down. Yeah, he's messing me up pretty good with these missiles. He's the big boss, I guess. He's still going to go down, though. Not long now. We are into hull. I can't believe they have missiles on a Fearox. Hannibal. Hannibal Fearox. Okay, keep ourselves topped up here just because we can. I don't know if there's a fifth wave or not. But they should all be ending quite soon. I wonder if there's going to be multiple battle cruisers. Okay, it looks like that's it. Let's go ahead and get the evidence, which is now 76 km away. So also that is another thing to note. It looks like you're going to be pretty far out, possibly, from your evidence, unless you go and sit right over there and do a long-range fit and shoot away. So you're going to have to come back, so having some type of propulsion is probably going to be recommended. If you are in a smaller ship speed tanking, that shouldn't be an issue. Okay. There's fireworks. That's pretty cool. Alright. Hold on, I want to look. Show me all. Alright, that's the center, and then it's just the wrecks. Okay. So there is some tier 5 asteroid clusters here as well. That's interesting. Alright. Let's get out of here. Where is it taking us this time? We have to go 3 jumps away. Alright. Well, luckily, that is so cool
Warp
that
drive active.
they do the fireworks and whatnot. That's fun. That's a good touch. Alright, Dramiel. Get us there super quick. So 3 more jumps and then we will be back at the station where they want us. And we can pick up our hard-earned loot box and see what we get.
Warp drive active.
So overall, I do think that the mission is extremely easy. Probably be able to do in everything but the weakest of ships. It might be a little bit more of a challenge for people with lesser skills and lesser ships, but I still think it's going to be extremely doable.
Warp drive active.
They're taking us out to point 2 space, though. Well, we're in point 2 space now. Where are we going? No, we're going to point 2 space, yeah. So that is kind of dangerous. So I would be
Warp
very
drive
cautious
active.
if you are using battle cruisers to do these missions. There's probably going to be your PvPers setting up to kill, basically pirates, a lot of the whaling ships out there. So if you are bringing out your big Barney, full, completely modded out ships, just note that they're probably waiting. They know people are going to be coming out here to do this. Okay. Looks like we got 2 million for actually doing it. And we got our Precious Yule Festival package. Alright, and we have the entire box of skins in here. So it looks like pretty much we can get skins for everything. Okay. Let's take a look at the top skins, see what the, I would assume that the top ones are going to be. So 30-day skins. I'm just going through and looking a little bit to see if there's anything lower than 30 days. It looks like they're... Okay, you got permanent skins as well. So I doubt the permanent skin is going to be easy to acquire. Let's go ahead and open, see what we get. Well, yeah. We'll open. And we got a Ferox Snowfield Adventure skin 30 days. So probably what you can expect is a 30-day skin for a random ship. Not bad. Let's put that in our little cargo hold. And we can now head back to home. So that's it. That's a full complete run of what it would take to actually do that. Where is my little base? Here we go. Now we can get out of here. And hopefully we can survive on our way back. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will be back next time, and I will probably do one of these missions in one of those beefy battle cruisers that I was talking about. So I hope
Warp
you guys
drive
are enjoying the
active.
event. Have a happy holidays, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care. Bye.